It really comes down to what is citizenship. And I think it'll get into all these reasons why I'm running. The fact I'm a naturalized citizen. Should a naturalized citizen be able to run? The law says you can. But also this whole thing with censorship and the people claiming they're fighting censorship. To me, they're the ones who sat on all of this in 2020 when we were exposing the fundamental issues with the censorship infrastructure. So you have this entire psychological operation that's being run by people like Matt Taibbi, this guy Schellenberger, a whole motley crew of people who are revealing to people only a tip of the iceberg, and they're doing that to conceal all of our findings from 2020. So they're not really patriots, including this guy Carlson. He's one of the worst. So I don't know where you guys want to start.
Well, he's a Saskatoon billionaire. Doesn't that make him trustworthy?
What's that?
Isn't that how it works? Isn't his association through the billionaire marriages that he's made and the various different intelligence asset kind of roles that he's played make him a trustworthy individual?
So when you look at that, you have to say, what is citizenship and what's a real patriot? Fuck Trump. What did he do? He's not a real patriot. He's not a real citizen. He didn't serve the citizens of the United States. So I want to take this broader thing. When you look at this, what does citizenship mean? And the reason this is important, it's come up in my campaign for president. Hey, you're not a natural born citizen, so I've had to educate a bunch of people. Wait a minute. That was Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5 of the Constitution was written in 1787, and they never defined natural born. Now, the 14th Amendment comes, and we say naturalized citizen, natural born cannot be differentiated. We also have the First Amendment and the political process arguments. So my run for president is asserting the fact, not only at a legal level, hey, I have every right to not only be president, but run for president. And the natural born clause was never defined. Everyone forgets the 14th Amendment. But then it brings up this much more philosophical question. What does it really mean to be a citizen now in the United States? You could be quote unquote natural born, which is again never defined, and be a Joe Biden who sells out the country to Ukraine. Or you could be a Trump who sells it out to him and his family and whatever deals that they do. Jared Kushner sells out to Saudi Arabia. That clause was created because they were afraid kings would have children who would take over the United States. Well, natural born citizens have sold out the United States. And you saw it right in the lockdowns. Who was truly a citizen? I would say I was a true patriot and a citizen. I used all the knowledge that I gained from coming to the United States. I exposed Fauci at the right time, not waited a year and a half to write a book and, plagiarize material. We exposed the lockdowns. We exposed the election systems at the right time. And so to me, citizenship is, are you using the skills that this country gave you to fight for truth, freedom, and health? And are you illuminating that? Now, if you look back at 2020, look what Carlson did. Here I'm in probably the most important lawsuit of many centuries in the United States, a U.S. Senate federal candidate being deplatformed off Twitter for exposing the censorship infrastructure that I discovered in 2020. And for that deplatforming, I was thrown off Twitter. And I had to go file my own lawsuits. We informed Tucker Carlson. We told Glenn Greenwald they could have fucking used their megaphone as quote unquote patriots to help us in 2020. They waited 2 years and they did a CIA psychological operation with all these idiots. So if you're a scumbag and you're moving money around all day, you are absolutely fine taking advantage of people and you think the masses are asses. And that's what Kennedy, Trump, Biden think. They actually hate human beings. These people are not patriots. They're not citizens. They have no sense of citizenship to one another. They think we're actually individuals to be exploited with messaging and we can say anything to us and then you can go do something else. And this is why Kennedy's so comfortable one day saying, I am not anti-vaccine. I'm pro-vaccine. I want to emphatically vaccinate the shit out of everyone. He says that. I want full vaccination of all Americans. And then another thing, he'll go speak to a bunch of women who had their kids get vaccine injured, and he's saying, yeah, the Nuremberg Code is being violated. And in another instance, he's out there making sure everyone who comes to his house is fully vaccinated. These people, everything is bullshit to them. They treat people consciously. If you were in Kennedy's brain or Trump's brain, he's looking at you and he sees you as how much money can he make out of you. I'm going to tell him I got indicted, give me 10 million bucks. An old senior citizen who maybe has $400 in the bank account is giving this fucking billionaire who's got $500 million a check for $100, and they hate you. This is a state of consciousness they're at. They see other humans or everything in the world as an asset to be exploited for maximization of power, profit, and control. You, as a working person, don't even think like this. You can't even fathom them thinking like this, no different than the Native American or the Dravidian who couldn't fathom that land being mine. It doesn't compute. But to them, you are an asset that must be milked, exploited, and told whatever the hell you want to hear to get capital out of you. And they hate people who work for a living. They hate the fact that I did all those reports on the election systems. They hate the fact that I represented myself in court. They hate the fact that we win on fair grounds. They hate fair play because they're all fucking cheaters. And you have to really get this. They do not play fair, and they actually think it is a nobility not to play fair. If you look at all of these fucking candidates, None of them know what citizenship is, and none of them are patriots. To me, citizenship is actual service. So what is citizenship? What does it mean to be a real patriot? Citizenship begins with service. What did you contribute to the country you're living in? Did you actually support its citizens? Did you elevate people's consciousness? Did you actually make stuff? Did you help your neighbor? What did you actually do? And a part of citizenship is, do your words match your deeds? Part of citizenship is, did you tell the truth at the right time? Well, delayed truth is deadly. Did you act at the right time? And these are, to me, very fundamental things. Did you put your money where your mouth is? Now, let's take a fucking Kennedy. He's not a citizen of the United States. He's a citizen of the devil. He's not a real patriot. Because when, in 2020, lockdowns were being imposed on people, which resulted in $16 trillion worth of losses, he was promoting lockdowns. He was saying that we need lockdowns because they're going to save the environment. We need lockdowns because it's going to stop the spread of COVID. Donald Trump promoted lockdowns. Fauci promoted lockdowns. And in 2020, when it mattered, DeSantis promoted lockdowns. And all these other people promoted lockdowns. Who was the only person who served the public among this group? It was me. I was the first one to come out, put my scientific reputation on the line. I said, these lockdowns are ridiculous. What did Trump actually do to Hillary Clinton? I'm going to lock you up. In fact, he said, I'm going to get special prosecutor. Go look at his videos. He did shit. Within 72 hours of being elected president, people were saying, lock her up. What did he say? He said, well, that was for the election. Now we move on. This is the kind of shit he said. That's not a citizen of the United States. Truly not presidential quality. That's not a patriot. Move forward to 2018. You have CISA, the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, gets created by Congress, unanimously voted by both unanimous consent on the Senate side. Congress shall pass no laws to abridge freedom of speech. That is written December 15th, 1791. One of the most important phrases that's ever been said in humanity. Congress passes a law to abridge the freedom of speech, and fucking Trump, Make America Great, signs it into law. And that's the infrastructure that we are all living under right now. None of these people are citizens, in my view. All of those people should get the fuck out of the United States. Every person who voted for CISA, fucking Trump should get the fuck out. All these people. They're not citizens. They're not patriots. Let's go to fucker Carlson. In the heat of battle, we're in the trenches. We have discovered the censorship infrastructure that in the United States. We find it in federal court. We get an injunction. We write to fucker. He's got a big megaphone. He conceals it. That's not a citizen of the United States. That's not a real patriot. Glenn fucking Greenwald, he had it. In 2020 is when the shit should have come out, but they all concealed it. They concealed the censorship infrastructure. They supported lockdowns. Election systems. Bare view, we find that they are deleting ballot images in the United States. We have them by the balls. We have the signature verification issues by the balls. What does Trump do? He doesn't talk about that. He makes $500 million. I met with him for 2 hours. Where did this fucking money go? What the fuck did you do with this money? They came up with crazy shit, and they hid the real issues. You're not a fucking U.S. citizen. You're not a patriot. Mike Lindell fucking sold pillows all day. He did wackadoodle. So you look at Elon Musk, he believes in apartheid South Africa. He believes in apartheid in the United States. Free speech will not equal free reach. Get the fuck out, Elon. You're not a U.S. citizen. You're not a patriot. And all these other conservatives right now who want to suck Elon's cock, Dinesh D'Souza, James Woods, name them all. All of them were bowing down to Elon. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really? He just fucking brought in a WEF whore to run Twitter. And the backdoor portal exists. I discovered it. But you're bowing down to him because you want your views. You want to promote your movies and your products. You're not a fucking patriot, James Woods. Same with fucking Kennedy saying, oh, we're fighting censorship. Thank you, Elon. Are you fucking serious? These people are not United States citizens. They should all be thrown out the fuck out of this country. They're not patriots. Here's my litmus test if you're a citizen of the United States or a real patriot. If you are supporting Elon Musk and think he is fighting censorship, false. That's one litmus test. If you support Zionism and you think that it is okay to butcher the Palestinian people, you're not a patriot. You're not a citizen of the United States. If you believed in lockdowns or you support people who supported lockdowns in 2020 like fucking Kennedy, then you're not a fucking citizen. You're not a patriot because you went against the American citizenry. $16 trillion was lost. So I have a very different definition of citizen, and we need to go to a new definition of citizen. It says, what are you doing for now? Not like my great-great-great-grandfather fucking came off the Mayflower. Who the fuck cares? What are you doing now? That's like you get the birth lottery. You get to be a patriot because your great-great-great-grandfather. Shut the fuck up. The real citizens, the real patriots put their butt on the line at the right time, not just expose stuff. Tucker Carlson was texting all sorts of shit against election fraud. It doesn't, and then when he saw the MAGA movement buy into it, then he goes out there, oh yeah, there's fraud. But the reason Fox News was going to lose probably $4 billion was because of him, because they had defamation probably with malice, because he didn't believe it. And then after he gets fired, he wants to act like a martyr. That is a fucker. That's why I call him Carlson. So Carlson is not a U.S. citizen in my view. He doesn't believe service is citizenship. He has no balls. He's part of the swarm. He's not a fucking patriot. These people hate America and they're fucking selfish. Musk hates America. They hate you. They hate the First Amendment. Tucker Carlson hates America. Joe Rogan fucking hates America. Donald Trump hates America. And Kennedy hates America. And you can go down the list. This little cabal of people are part of the swarm. They hate the fundamentals of the First Amendment. If they were patriots, they would be exposing what we expose and still exists, that the government and big tech are an unholy alliance. We don't have the fucking First Amendment. This is not a left or right problem. Choosing the lesser of two evils, you're going to kill your children. Go get a bumper sticker. You haven't had someone like me running for office? Well, I'm here. And we are truly the opposition. Put this on the back of your car proudly. And that's a fuck you to them. And that's what we got to do. We got to go bottoms up. And people have to awaken to realize these people are not U.S. citizens. I'm a naturalized citizen by the 14th Amendment. I have every right to run for president, be president. Because if you're still supporting people like Elon Musk, Robert fucking Kennedy, Donald Trump, and all these people, and you think they're fighting for you, they're part of the swarm. So be a real citizen. Expose these people at the right time and be a real patriot. Right now, the order of the day that we need to do is to expose the fact that all of these people that I've mentioned, are part of the swarm. So here's a bunch of things people should do. Number one, get off your butt. Go to truthfreedomhealth.com. Become a warrior scholar. You need that foundational knowledge. Don't be lazy. But if you are lazy, go to shivaforpresident.com and get a bumper sticker. And it's easy. Put it on the back windshield of your car. You're a walking billboard. 100,000 people will see you. And if you're a little more activist, go to shivaforpresident.com. Go to the download section. Get this amazing flyer and hand it out to millions of people, because that is how we're going to shatter the swarm. shivaforpresident.com, truthfreedomhealth.com. We've built the movement. You just need to grow it. Everything's done. We have the university. We have the community. We have all of it done. So you have no excuse unless you want to be part of the swarm. There's no reason for you to compromise anymore. I hope that was valuable. So remember, let's be real patriots. Let's be real citizens. Support Truth, Freedom, and Health. Support Dr. Shiva for president, and get off your butts and build this bottoms-up movement. We've created all the infrastructure for you. Go to truthfreedomhealth.com. By the way, go to Shiva for president. We need you to volunteer. We need to get on the ballot in every state. So help us do that. truthfreedomhealth.com. Shiva for president.